Hi guys! So in this video I'm going to be unboxing another package from Mabel Story. If you guys missed the first unboxing video, make sure to check the link in the description box below and watch it when you're done, because she makes the most amazing creations out of clay and she hand makes all of the stationery, and I think that her attention to detail is just so unparalleled and exquisite. So this is a bookshop themed box, and it features this cute little character called Luna, which is a sleepy little bunny who is always in the library reading books. And it's an advent calendar, which she released it after Christmas, so I guess it's just an advent calendar you can open anytime. But I decided to get this for my daughter Sienna for her birthday, and then I unwrapped everything and I filmed it and I wrapped it up again very carefully so that Sienna could open it. But Sienna is such a bookworm. She loves reading, and when I saw this stationery box, I thought it would be absolutely perfect for her because she loves bunnies, she loves cute things, she loves stationery. What's not to love about this? But she really is a bookworm, and so she really loved this gift. So I always loved reading as a child, and one of my goals was to get my kids to love books as much as I do, because I think that there's really nothing like reading a good book. There's nothing else like it in the world, and you can get to this level of depth of feeling that movies and other media forms just don't seem to reach for me. And I also think that reading benefits you in so many ways because it makes you a better writer and it helps you in all sorts of ways in life. So it's something that I wanted my kids to start enjoying. But when my daughter Sienna was first learning how to read, it was really kind of a struggle for us. At her school, they were using this method where you have to memorize sight words, and so I would have to go through all of these flashcards with her at home and help her memorize the words by sight. And supposedly, after you memorize a certain number of sight words, you should be able to read. And it was really not a fun process for me and her, but I also don't think her school is very good, because my other daughter, she's in kindergarten and she's learning sight words in school. She doesn't have to bring them home, and I think she actually enjoys, the process a lot more. It just seems much smoother for her. But maybe that's because she's my second child. I don't know. I started doing a little bit of sight words with her before she started school, and she never had to bring that home as homework. But I guess your first child just ends up being the guinea pig for a lot of things. And so with Sienna, I really tried to help her get ahead in school and teach her things before she would learn it in class, because I thought it would help her feel more confident. She went to a Korean preschool, and so she wasn't learning her ABCs and the sounds, but she was learning Korean letters instead. So when she went to kindergarten, she started at an English-speaking school, and I think she was a little bit behind her peers in that sense, because they were probably, learning that every day in preschool and she was not. So I really had to work with her. And I've always read to her ever since she was a baby. I would read her picture books, and so she enjoyed that. But when you're first learning to read on your own, you kind of take a step back from those books, because the beginner reading books, they try to use vocabulary that kids could read easily, and so it's kind of limited in what they can say, and they can be kind of boring. But when she started developing her reading to a level where she could read chapter books on her own, I really made it my goal to find chapter books that she would enjoy reading on her own. So she liked the Magic Tree House, but I think what really got her into reading was the series called Dory Phantasmagory by Abby Hanlon. And it's just a really hilarious, laugh out loud type of book that I personally enjoyed reading to her, and we were just cracking up. And my younger daughter Valentina also enjoyed it. She was much younger. So I think after that she realized how fun it could be to read books. And after I read the first book to her, she wanted to read the second and third and fourth on her own. And she was just kind of off to the races after that. So I'm constantly looking for new books for her to read that she might enjoy. And when it comes to academic things, my goal is for her to be self-motivated. I want her to want to do well on her own. I want that for both of my kids. I don't want to be the one pushing them to excel, do well in school. I want them to be interested and want to learn for the sake of learning. So initially I would have them do like extra homework and worksheets over the summer, but I realized that only makes them turn away from learning. And on one hand, you have to learn those basic things like times tables and just basic math facts. You have to get that down. And so you can only get that down by practicing. But it's not something that I enjoy making them do, and I don't think they enjoy it either. So I try not to make them do extra work if I can help it. And I know that with my daughter Sienna, it just doesn't help her with it helps her with learning, but it doesn't really help her be self-motivated. So I try to not do that if possible. But, they do have to get their basic math facts down and learn that. So I was talking to my mom about this, and when I was a kid, I was always a bookworm, and my aunt, who is my mom's older sister, always just really supported my love of reading. She was always getting me books, and so I always had new and interesting things to read, and I think that helped push me to love reading. And my mom was saying that because her older sister was known as the bookworm, maybe that's why she didn't really get into reading as much, because she wanted to have a separate identity from her older sister. And so my mom is not as much of a reader as her older sister is. So I kind of thought about that, and I try not to identify Sienna as a reader too much, because I don't want that to cause her younger sister to sort of shy away from that, so that she can differentiate herself from her older sister. Because it should really be something that we all enjoy and partake in. It shouldn't be tied to just one or two people who happen to like doing it most. Anyway, let me know in the comments below if you guys love reading, and also let me know what your favorite books are lately. So I was just talking about how my mom wanted to differentiate herself from her older sister, and I think that your relationship to your siblings and your birth order has a huge impact on your personality, and I think it's such an interesting topic. I'm the oldest child, and I have those typical oldest child personality traits. Like, I'm very ambitious and hardworking and responsible, and when I was growing up, I was a really high achiever, and I see those same traits in my eldest daughter. For me, I think with Sienna, my first child, I wanted to do everything right, and I had high expectations for her and for myself as a parent, and I tried to do all the right things, and I still have high expectations for both of us, and I think she has high expectations for herself. But then when it comes to the younger one, you're a little bit more tired. You don't always have the energy to do the same things that you did for your oldest child. Like, when Sienna was a baby, I started buying all organic fruits and vegetables. I made her baby food. I made sure she tried a little bit of everything, and I would boil and puree and just make these little frozen balls of baby food for her to eat. But then with Valentina, I'll just give her a little bit of my food, whatever I was eating, and chop it up, or mashed banana or avocado, just because that didn't require cooking and it was already soft. And I think that kind of approach carries over into other activities as well, like academics, and you know, with the first one, you don't really know what you're doing, and you try all these things, and you put all this pressure on yourself and the kid to do it right. But with the second one, you've had the experience of your first child, so you can fall back on that, and you're able to relax a lot more and take it easy. And maybe that has an impact on their personality. I mean, I'm pretty sure it does have an impact. Hopefully it's not too lopsided though, and that my kids will be okay in the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed opening this adorable box of treasures from Mabel's story. Leave a comment below and let me know what your favorite item in this set is. I'm trying to think of my favorite. I don't know. I think I like these stamp stickers the best. Here they are. She sealed each of the envelope with one of these stamp stickers, and they also have the months, so they're so cute. As always, I want to give a big thank you and shout out to my Patreons and channel members. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.